to start talking.
Oh, hello.
No,
Right.
but like I say, I don't I spend a bit of time, I spend quite a bit of time sketching them out, but I don't sort of really practice or anything, or try, you know, it's because I always figure it's I put myself in the same position as everyone else.
Yeah, oh, that's all right then. Well, I can't sketch them out. I'm hopeless at faces.
Okay. You need to use the grid, really.
I know, it's so I just can't work it out. It never comes out right. I don't know what I do. If I got a piece of paper and I can draw the grid on it, I'm all right, but never mind.
Well,
have a go.
What
I was looking at that, I don't know whether to get it, that Da Vinci eye that you put your phone and then it transfers the picture onto the paper so you can trace it.
Never seen it. Sounds great.
Yeah, it's only $4.99. So I thought, oh, I might have a go.
Nothing to lose, really, is it?
No.
If it works.
If it works, yeah. So you put your phone on the glass somehow, and then the paper's underneath. I don't know, like, or the app, you can see the face on the paper, then you draw it round. Yeah, have a look, see what you think.
What's it called? Da Vinci phone?
No, Da Vinci eye. Yeah, where's my phone? Oh,
right.
God.
I got Google here. Yeah, got it. Don't know if you can use it. Is it for Android?
Oh, I don't know.
Use it.
What?
It's an Apple, isn't it?
Oh, well, it should be all right then, shouldn't it? If I got an Apple phone.
Oh yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah. So do you think it's any good? Well, I can have a go, can't I? Morning, Joyce. Morning, Chris.
Morning, Carol.
Morning. Yeah, fine. You all right?
Oh, apart from a cold.
Oh, no.
Oh, I think I'm over the worst of it now, but it's been pretty grim. Never mind.
A friend of mine I go to Tai Chi with, she's had COVID. She had the 3 jabs and she's been really poorly. Her temperature's been up. Yeah, her temperature's been up to 39. She's had the shakes. You know, I phoned, well, she went down with it last Monday. I phoned her yesterday and she's still not clear. She said it is going down. The line is getting fainter now. But yeah.
I've done 2 or 3 tests over the last week and they've all been negative. So,
well, what can we do now? We can't get the tests, can we?
Well, I managed to get some. It is pot luck. You have to keep trying.
Yeah, you have to do it like early morning or late in the evening. I did it.
Yeah, right. I'll have a go
have to
then.
Keep trying because it took me 3 attempts before they accepted my order.
Oh,
and
right.
And I also found that I tried different ways and it said, have you got any symptoms? The first couple of times I said no. The second time I said yes, and I got some. So maybe that's the
that's the answer.
That's the clue. Yeah.
You're a criminal. It's being recorded, they'll have you.
Oh, yeah.
She'd have symptoms, I had a sore throat, I had a nasty cough.
Yeah,
so
you could have had
all
it.
the symptoms. Yeah.
Don't think it really matters, does it?
But I have.
So. I was lucky. I ordered some. I thought, I've only got 1 or 2 boxes left. There's only 7 in the box.
Yeah, how do you get all those?
I've ordered a few.
Oh, how can you order a few?
Well, not a few at one time, but sort of ordered one every week sort of thing. So I've got about 4 or 5 packs.
Oh, lucky you. I've only got 1 pack.
Yeah,
Well-
well, I had mine come yesterday, but I was down to my last test. So
Because is it the 1st of April that they're stopping it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think
they
so.
better get in quick.
Are the
Yeah,
pharmacies still doing it?
Yeah,
I
they
don't
do.
think so.
I
They-
Do
think,
they?
aren't they
You
going to charge now? Is it, somebody told me yesterday, is it £2 for one test?
Not a
Oh.
bot. Oh.
For one test. But I don't know whether that's right or not. But
Mm.
that's what somebody told me.
Yes, I
Yeah.
heard that Boots were going to charge about £14 for a box.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
Oh,
would
that's not
make
bad though, is it?
No,
mean,
I
that's
think
not
if you
bad.
need them, it's
Yeah,
it's
£2
okay.
It's nothing really, is
Yeah,
it?
it's slightly more than a prescription.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Andy,
well.
the guy that comes and delivers the prescriptions, he hands me over a couple of boxes every time he comes. How you
wow.
for tests? Are you all right? Oh, yeah, I have these.
Right,
lovely.
all round to
So
Dave then.
yeah, all right today.
Yeah. He's the
Yeah,
stockpiler. I bet he's got a room for a toilet roll as well.
I've still got the original lockdown one from Boris.
Oh dear, oh, dear.
I've
For
used all the
Boris.
soap.
Oh,
The soap's
Mm.
gone now. God, yeah.
Hmm.
Did you tell everyone about Mary, Joyce? Or
no, are you recording at the moment, Dave?
yeah,
Yeah.
Could you not for a second?
Yeah, I was asking about his
Anyway.
Oldham is literally 5 minutes walk up the road from where I live, so that's why I queried.
Right. Yeah.
No. Oh well.
Oh,
Ooh, that looks
that
tasty.
looks nice.
Wow.
Oh, have a
5
bit of that.
slices, please.
go on. Drool.
Uh,
God.
You've been busy, Dave.
Yeah, so
Fucking hell.
it's a carrot cake.
Yeah, lovely.
Well,
Lovely.
that brightens the.
We
Ooh.
miss the cakes.
We
Oh,
do.
absolutely.
I
Really,
I'll tell you,
yes.
Mum, it's a real struggle for me to eat them all the time.
Well,
Oh, that
I
look-
rub it in.
That looks nice, doesn't it? I
Carrot
just
and
eat-
walnut.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's
Hey,
good,
look
yeah.
at this one.
That's
This is that Carol
lovely.
Wellman.
Oh,
Mm.
very nice.
Mine was a
Thank
bit of
you.
a disaster that I did.
No,
I
it
feel
wasn't.
No.
Well, I did two. The first one I
Oh,
did
right.
was like the original was supposed to be, but I didn't like it, so I did another one.
Oh.
It was a brusho, wasn't it? Was that?
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh.
tried using Brusho and PVA. You mix it, but
Oh.
yeah, it was an experiment. But I didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't that good, but
Oh.
I preferred.
Oh, wow.
I preferred that one.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's
That's
really good.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Lovely. Really
Lovely.
nice.
Is that on black board or you
I just
painted
painted
it?
the
Canvas.
canvas. I just
Canvas.
black gessoed the canvas.
I,
Yeah.
Yes, I meant. Yeah, sorry.
You
Mm-hmm.
can zoom in. You can see the canvas,
Yeah.
the weft and the weave.
Ah, that's it. Hmm. And I varnished it as well, which I don't always do.
All right.
So yeah, quite
That
pleased
looks
with that.
nice.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Glass
Yeah,
looks good as
Those
well.
plums really stand
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
What are they? Tulips.
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 Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. I really had to fiddle with those to get them to stand out against the black.
Mm.
Hmm. That was fun.
Everyone's done really good on this.
They have, yes. I've been looking at everybody else's.
Oh no, don't look at that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's Joyce.
That's got to be a Joyce.
It is, yes.
Yeah. That's nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm afraid it was
No.
done in a bit of a rush.
There's so much going on there.
Yeah.
What do you go
Sure.
round the outside with? A black pen, do you, Joyce?
I've got different sort of nibs on black drawing pens.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Got to have a steady hand, haven't you?
Yes, it doesn't always work.
No.
That's lovely. Have the background as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
lovely.
was trying to be a bit loose, you know.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's the
come
trouble.
naturally.
Turn it into a pop art if you
Oh,
like.
yeah,
Oh wow!
that's
Oh, I
good.
like that.
I
Yes.
knew you would.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Definitely, that would be a good, lovely card, I think.
You think you could paint that, Joyce, like that?
That was a
I
bit
think
like
that might be a bit of a challenge.
a bit like Chris's brush over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, I like that. These two leaves down here look like legs as well.
Yeah.
Very
Oh, yeah.
happy. Yes, very
Fascinating.
happy.
So it gives it life, doesn't it? It's quite
Yeah.
neat. And this flower's got his hat on.
Yeah.
I'm not taking the mick. I'm just being
No, just
observant. and
Yeah.
saying,
you're
Picture's got a
telling the
story to
story.
it.
Yes, you're telling the
Yeah.
story.
Oh, hello, there's a little gnome hiding behind there.
Yeah, they've moved from the bridge.
There's no,
Yeah.
everyone's going to see it different.
Yeah. It's nice.
What you can see in one of these Joyce Fowsden pictures is amazing. And I've not taken anything yet either. Who's that one? That's Pauline's.
Oh,
That's
lovely.
nice. Yeah, it's lovely.
And how was it painting your flowers?
I didn't
found
really
it
like it.
hard.
There's a
Oh.
lot going on, and yeah.
Yeah,
That daffodil on the front is lovely, especially
Yeah.
it's
the one
nice
right
and
in the
soft.
front. Got a nice translucent look about it.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah, I like that one. Well, I like them all, but
Mm.
that was mine in the end, wasn't it? I haven't finished it
Yeah.
yet. I went for translucence as well.
Yes. Yeah. I like
The,
your hyacinths.
Today's event is going to be interesting as well, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, yes,
And you
back on
can tell my
portrait.
enthusiasm.
We
No,
haven't done a
it's
portrait for a few weeks, have we?
No,
No,
We're
this
definitely
is
out of
good.
practice.
Mm.
we definitely, yeah, we've got getting rusty. Hang on. Rusty. Where are we? Where are you? Well, there we go. Oh, no, that was somebody else. Wasn't it?
Oh.
He looks positively evil. It looks
So-
Doesn't
like,
really look like him there, does it? I don't think.
No, it doesn't.
No.
well, yeah. She did a colour one as well, but that's the. I don't know.
I don't like that one so much.
No, but
Oh.
it's the same image in reverse.
Is it?
Well, it feels like it. If
Oh,
you were
Yeah.
apply,
His eyes look different.
Oh.
Oh, that is very different.
now you've got the shadow over that side and not that side.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's interesting. Should have printed it out like that. See what I mean?
Mm.
I don't think he was very tall, was he?
Don't know.
He's definitely got Ukrainian
just-
eyes.
I'm just scrolling through my photos on my phone because I've got a photo of Brian and his eyes look just like that. And I'm just trying to find it just to
Mm.
see if I'm right or wrong.
Just going upwards.
Yeah, it's just the way he's looking. I'm probably totally wrong when I find it. Hmm. Where will I find it? I don't know.
Who's Anne and Gordon today then? Are they away?
Yes, they're away on their painting holiday.
Oh, that's right, yeah,
Oh.
I remember.
Yeah,
Oh, are they going to show us what they do?
yeah. I'm glad she made it because there was a big
Yeah.
question mark over whether she was going to be well enough to go. So
That's what I said. I'm glad that you got, that you managed to get a break.
Mm.
Is it far?
It's in a
Is it far
hotel,
away?
isn't it, Chris?
sorry.
It's in
Is
a
it far
hotel
away?
they go to, isn't it?
Oh, that
Sort
was
of a
sort
way.
of Taunton sort of way, I think it is.
Yeah, sort of a
Yeah.
club thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the tutor is a guy that another art class I went to. I've been to a few over the years. What's his name? Kevin Middleton. He used to run a art group in the Oakdale sort of Oakdale school, you know, like the
adult education.
thank school, but
Yes.
that's it. That's what I was trying to think of. Yes. Yeah. So he's there.
Mm.
Take my shirt off. I'm too hot.
Oh.
Makes it look like you're going to be doing something, doesn't it?
Mm.
I see.
What I was going to say was, one thing about these flowers, a good way of doing them is not muck about, just paint the whole flower one colour. Because we're using watercolours, I think Joyce might have already discovered this one. And then you can just leave it. Better than the one I've got on the flipping paper.
It just finds its own. Right.
Then when it dries, you can leave it to dry, and just for your highlights, just go round with clean water on a brush and just lift them off.
Mm.
You can just sort of, I know you can just sort of subtly lift them off. That was my plan for this one here, because I know there's a load at the bottom here at the base where it meets the stalk, the stick, so I was calling it last week. You can just lift them off, subtly build it up. That's neat straight out of the tin, so it's going to be bright. Wish I'd done that last week. Well, maybe not. It wouldn't have been as subtle, would it? Interesting. But it wasn't till I got to a certain stage that I thought, oh, you're doing this. Why bother? Why don't you paint the whole thing one colour and then subtly let it dry and then lift it off? I've sketched old Kirk out.
Oh.
I know he's in there. He used to talk funny, didn't he? He says when the Wurzel accent. I mean, I had a bit of fun earlier. I thought, oh, I forgot the hairdryer. So put my hand in the drawer, picked out the black object. And I wasn't until I was just about to start the thing. I thought, oh my gosh, it's a hot hairdryer. It's a, what do you call it? Glue gun.
Oh gosh.
What? Where's that come
Oh.
from? Any
Right.
ideas what to do here with this picture? Anyone? I think I'll start. I don't know. Such a. I've got a nice clean palette to start off with. And put a little colour picture, the colour one, floating around. And I might be able to, which is the zoom, that one, isn't it? Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah, I see it all now.
Well,
I think.
what I'm going to do, I think my plan, I'm flabbing, waffling. I think my plan this week, because this paper is really, I don't know, it does something. It's not as forgiving as normal watercolor paper. So I'm going to make it wet first, or a lot of it. Not going to go in the eyes, but around the face and that. I'm going to make it damp. and see if I can get if it stays wet a little bit longer, I'll get a nice blends. The colour will blend nice, won't it? It'll sort of bleed in. It was just a thought I had that earlier on. I thought, because this is Arsh's paper, which is mostly regarded as the best for watercolour. But what they don't tell you on the tin is it's not very forgiving. And I remember last week it was drying ever so quick. I'm not going to go around his lips. It's just clean water. And then have a little think about, mix up some neutral tone, which is, I'm using cobalt turquoise, a little hint of red. Should give me some sort of a neutral. Ooh, but look at it, seriously, that red is evil. Does it to me every flimming time I go anywhere near it. Anyway, I've gone over it now. Just add a bit more blue, should do it. And I can't go in this one over here very well because it's got indigo in it. And I squirted some out, and I'm blowed if I'm going to throw that away. There's quite a lot of paint in there. I don't think I need a huge brush today. I'm going to see if I can find a smaller, tighter brush. This says it's a Sable, Winsor and Newton. Goodness knows where that came from. Anyway, I think I'll just look at start off by adding some shadow, looking for the shadows. Actually sat down for a change here. Don't usually.
You do sit down for portraits, I've noticed. I think it's because you need to be more focused on detail.
You need your hand to be a bit more steady, I think.
Yeah.
I'm using a smaller brush as well. I'm just trying to. The idea was with the water going in, I could put like a wash of colour on and try and soften it down underneath, like hopefully get some sort of something going. But it's at this sort of stage where we're thinking, usually get a shadow area in amongst the eyes. I don't know. His eyebrows are almost just shadow, really, aren't they? There's no sort of.
Looks like he's got his eyes shut, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. Looks very dreamy.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I found the picture of Brian and it doesn't look anything like it.
Oh well.
I don't know if you can see it.
So we.
Oh.
So I could have been doing something else then.
That's nice.
It's a lovely picture. That was when David was a baby, so a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, how your mind plays tricks on you, though? Because I thought, yeah, it's like that photo. It took me ages to find it.
I'm going for an early lunch.
That might
You're
be
right, though,
first.
Carol. He looks like he looks a totally different person if you think of that as his eyes closed.
Yeah. I
He
quite
looks so
like
soft.
it like that.
Yeah, he looks quite very soft and gentle looking man.
Yeah, lovely. It's when I put the eyes in, it all goes wrong. Oh
I said, you
gosh.
get those evil eyes in.
The one part that I was, or I am, worried about is the shadow area over this side of his head, where he's in total shadow, isn't it? Over, oh, blimey, there's a lot of water there. It's almost, you can't actually see the ear. It's just a, I don't know if I've gone over it or not there. Can't even find my own pencil lines. Have to squint your eyes up. And to say, I've just made the paper damp, and I'm just squinting my eyes up, looking for shady areas to soften. It's not very forgiving, this paper, I can assure you, compared to some of the ones that we used to. Definitely a shadow. Right, dimple. It's a weird one, isn't it?
It is. Looks like a crater on the moon. I'm sure that's what mine would be. Anyway.
One thing I will do. There's no, in my view, there's no speedy way of sort of approaching these portraits. You just got to stick with it. Well, we're out of practice as well. That's where I am. Been so busy for the last weeks doing the still life. I found that quite busy, quite hard. I didn't do my normal wash it off in the bath or any of that sort of thing, but I must admit it wasn't an easy. But then again, it got towards the end of the week, after I diddled around with it a bit, and I remember saying to Mel, I can remember what, I don't know what it is about for. I seem to have a natural vent towards painting them. So must have been a high moment where I was thinking, do you know what, that's quite nice.
I don't
You
get
do
many
that
of them.
though, get that all the time. So say that the key, I think there's, as far as I can make out, I think all the sort of painting portraits sort of research that I can come up with is all about painting initially all the shadowy bits. Oh, getting an incoming. We're getting them quite a bit lately. Ever since the Russian-Ukraine business, I seem to be getting lots of spurious calls. And I noticed on my email, I've been getting a lot of Russian influenced mail. You can always tell because it's got .ru on at the end of it, which stands for, obviously, it's Russia.
Yeah.
Is the country of origin. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here, but there we go. And that bit tights over there. What I will do is put these frame lines in shadow as well. I think really what it's the same with, once you start doing this sort of putting the shadows or highlights in, it follows through in all the other types of painting, landscapes as well. Seem to it works. Just looking for, it's a mixture of water, but I'm glad I made it damp because it's making it flow nicer. Maybe it's thinking of Mary. I'm gone all nice and subtle today, nice soft.
Mhm.
She used to do that. Very well, very soft palette. So really what you end up doing, a sort of monochrome Banksy type picture, looking for so try and look for, well, we know that the light's coming from the left, don't we, because this side over here is in shadow. I think I was probably quite observant by saying on my thing it probably end up being like pop art, which I don't mind. I think Dave Warhol Andy Warhol did all right with it. As if I put a baked bean tin in the picture somewhere, that might fun. But a lot of, I mean, the key thing about the shadow bits is, it's your pencil lines. They're actually, because when you draw it, you naturally draw the shadowy, the highlighty bits anyway. So, and they're going to be your pencil lines. I haven't done any eyes yet. I was thinking about it earlier and I thought, oh, I'm going to do the, it's a bit red, do them in green. No, I made a note. I've written it on here. Start eyes, raw sienna. I don't even read my own notes. Idiot. I don't know why. I just thought, I just thought, normally I like to make them start with a blob of green, but I thought they looked a bit more transparent. But they got something, there's too much water, too much colour. I'm going subtle. One thing I tried to do in the sketch as well is make his eyes going up, because if you look at them, they are. It's like he's looking upwards. But it's a film shot, isn't it? He's supposed to look moody. Do you not think? I think that's what it's about. And then while it's a little bit, while it's still damp, just grab a aspiridian. I don't think that'll go well in his eyes. Mix a little bit of that with the raw sienna. Might give me a nice subtle. Just drop in some green. I'm going so subtly I can't even see it. Leave the pupil, but just do a bit round the other bit. They always look a bit evil to start with, look like sort of something out of a Marvel magazine comic, until you establish some more stronger colours like blue. I'm just dropping it in. Because it's damp, the water will work its magic, perhaps.
It looks cross-eyed.
He's a moody. I know he's in there.
Oh,
Kirk. Well, earlier, Carol tell you I was Roy Orbison.
yeah. And I came
Started
on
off this morning.
with his
Was
dark
it ZZ
glasses
Top,
on.
wasn't it? But ZZ Top, wasn't it?
Oh,
Mm.
dear.
Got my
He had his guitar and his dark glasses on.
Ah,
it was I've been out walking the dog. Took him out for a spin around the wreck, the park, whatever you like to call it. That's it. I've finished now. Can I go
I
home?
quite like it like that.
I know, it
It's
looks
Yeah,
good,
that's-
doesn't it?
there
Yeah.
is a
nice.
Yeah.
I
there
did
is
that.
a
I think I'd stop there.
I'm doing it diligently because the one bit we will, but I think I was trying to remember. You do a nice, what you think is a nice portrait, and you think, how did I? And then you get to like today, and the next one, you think, how did I do that? This is what I've been trying to avoid. Trying to say, look, there's a distinct method in, workflow to do this portrait malarkey. One of them.
Sorry, I'm going to have to move. I didn't put my iPad on charge.
Oh dear.
Have you not got the charger near you?
Yeah, I've got it over here, over the other side.
Mine's plugged in.
Quite a nice little brush, this. Let's go. Got that nice squirrel brush the other week.
Right, that's better.
Thought I'd play with that. Bit more blue. My yellow's going to be exciting. I've put one side is Terry Harrison's sunlit gold yellow, and the other one's Naples yellow. I couldn't seem to find any yellows in my tin, so I just thought, go for it. Right, I'm going in now. I'm going to find a hairline. It's all up around here, isn't it? So I'm looking at the black and white variation of it. Just want to put something in anyway. For a minute. Do you think he's not a ginger, is he? Difficult to tell, isn't it, with these movie guys? Because it's all, and the photos that we're looking at now, after all these years, they're all retouched anyway.
Mm.
So you're not actually. Did you see that Will Smith?
I was just
Oh,
going
yeah.
to say that.
I saw
it
on the
was
papers
wasn't it?
today.
Yeah.
It was, they're about 24 hours, 48 hours late, but I don't know what they're bleating about. If somebody insults your wife in the middle of a TV thing like that, you would smack them.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
I
you
think
must-
he was well justified.
Yeah, it's only the
The
trouble with
was at the beginning when you watched it, he was laughing about it. It was only when he turned around and saw the expression on his wife's face that he realised, oops, and then he got up.
Mm.
So, that makes me wonder whether it was
staged.
Yeah, he originally
Semi-staged.
he thought it was quite funny, and then he saw that his wife didn't think it was amusing, so he changed tack. Excuse me.
Hello, Mr. Kirk. My name's Kirk. Spartacus. Spartacus. I don't know. My name's Harry Worth. Much more fun. I haven't actually, the nose, I haven't sketched it as such. All I've done is looked for the, all you can do is squint your nose, squint your eye up, look for a shady bit and put a line of colour there. Like I say, it's a bit painting in a negative because the shadow makes the figure come out. So I noticed there's I had my nice little brush and I've lost it. What's that? Rolled underneath. What I'm going to do, fortune favours the brave. I noticed the eyes. Don't know if it's diseased or what, but he's got bits in them. Oh, don't say that. We love Kurt. He lived to over 100, didn't he?
He did, yes.
So,
He
yeah.
didn't do bad.
Mm.
So whatever they fed him, it worked. He was from Eastern Europe as well, wasn't he? His real name had an itch on the end of it, or an itch. The papers, the newspapers, they totally distort the stories, they don't they? But the headline on a lot of them was Abramovich, the Chelsea billionaire, was poisoned. And first off, you think, oh, no, that's a bit naughty. The Ukrainians tried to poison him, but it was him and two Ukrainians that were poisoned anyway. But they don't mention that until you read into it a bit later. It's almost like, first off, you think, oh, no, the Ukrainians aren't so nice as we thought. And it turns out totally misled you. You just don't know what to read anymore. Anyway, this is getting boring, so I'm going to go for a splash of colour now. But really, what you're doing is setting the scene for a bit of splash later. Just gently.
I like it when they do the portraits and they use all different colours in them, not just the flesh colours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, often in oils, isn't it? And they do like almost squares of colour.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'll take that on board.
Yeah, be nice.
We'll,
excuse me again. I'm getting cold. Hang on. Oh dear.
And we'll do something about that.
I think it's definitely not as easy as it looks.
I'm being cautious. I have got an eye brush as 000.
Wow.
Winsor and Newton. So you can really just put some real subtly doodah bits. Just a little bit of brown I've mixed up, but I think it needs a bit of blue in it to darken it. I'm just having a think at the moment. What we'll do is add a little bit of blue to that. Stick it right in there. Might do it the other way around. Control with a little brush, don't pick up any paint. Well, it doesn't appear to. We've got a magnifying glass. See what the heck you're doing. But I'm just sticking with a local colour. I thought I'd just stick it in while I've got a minute. The pupils are at the top, aren't they? With a little bit of a sparkle on them if you can. Bit even darker, really. I really have to squint my eye out to see the hairs at the end of the brush. That'll do for now. Put a few veins on the coming out from the pupil. Oh, that's me cataracts, he says. It's quite funny, really. It's when you do, well, it's quite amusing when you're doing this because you think, oh, the figure looks quite strong and interesting. Then you put the background in, or a background in, all of a sudden it all fades back because the background invariably is quite strong, isn't it? I'm just going to clean water around here before I think I'll stick with Naples yellow and Terry's sunlit gold. So makes a nice background. See if I can get that to manipulate itself. See, if I put it there, I have to put it there as well, the same brush load. Try and keep the balance, color balance somewhere where we want to be. Apparently I'm meeting up with my little new grandson on Thursday.
Oh.
It'll be a first time they've.
How old is he?
Don't know, it's me. 4 or 5 weeks, 5 weeks, 5, 6 weeks. I'm not sure, to be quite honest. Not that I'm totally ignorant. I just don't. I don't remember things like birthdays and stuff. Tell a lie.
It
There's a bit
always
of a lie.
amazes me about Anne and Gordon Ann. She can't never remember her own kids' birthdays, let alone anybody else's. It's terrible. I say, oh, when is their birthday? Oh, I don't know.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she has a sort of a rough idea what season it was, but invariably, when she looks it up,
It's not new. I've always been like that. Mum, I usually ring my mum up. When I'm on the phone to mum, say, have I got anything coming out? Any events I have to worry about? Anyone I missed? It's usually the first thing I say. Who have I missed? And go from there, you know.
Has she been in and had her hips done yet?
Yeah.
You didn't tell us.
Didn't I? I thought I did.
Well, you said she was
We were talking about
going.
it, but yeah.
Yeah. She went in. She was in on the, what was it? Monday, wasn't it? Went on Monday morning. She was home Wednesday.
Oh gosh.
Crikey.
Yeah. She was.
How's
I've
she
spoke
getting
to her a
on?
few times over the last few days. And the general consensus from her was, don't have it done, Dave. Dave, whatever you don't have it done, don't go there.
it's a shame.
No, she said the pain is horrendous.
Oh yeah.
I've mixed up a little bit of I don't know what I did now. Flesh color.
Bit of pink, isn't it?
Yeah. I was talking and I forgot. I just did it. And I thought, well, what I'll do is, because I'm trying to get it wax some on. This technical term in watercolors, you whack it on.
Whack it on.
While everything's damp.
Mm.
I wanted the some of it to stay damp, so that when I put the fleshy tone on, it would work its magic. As I say, this paper is so unforgiving. It is a bit. Trying to leave some of the highlights, you know. I'm looking at the color picture here, because obviously the black and white is not going to give me much in the way of color. Got a big pool of water there that I'm worried about. But this side's in shade anyway. Yeah. All you can do is say, look, I'm supposed to be a flipping artist, and do it. But what I might, we'll have a go at doing one of those loose ones that you're referring to.
What with all the colours on.
It's no different to this, just being a bit more expressive, really. When I watch that rain bit in his chin, it's what made him his fortune, isn't it?
Mm.
Fascinate people, of fascination with, yeah, what's that bloke got on the end of his chin? Expression. I'm stood up now, by the way. Well, when you've got a big brush, you've got to just... I think what I found the last few weeks, or as these Tuesdays have gone on a bit lately, what I've been doing is setting the scene, setting the back, doing all the hard work now, and then the image isn't totally finished, just needs hardening, you know, tightening up at some point over the next few days. But the hard work's there, and it's just a matter of more of the same, just sort of adding. I'm doing it now. I'm trying not to look for, I nearly said trouble then, but look for, you're not actually, how do you say, you're not painting the figure at this point. You're looking for areas of difference, colors, tones, not the hue of the colors. What I said the other day is the hue of the color isn't that important. It's the tone of the color, the tone within the hues. In other words, if you take a brush, let me see, get a bit of paper. If you take a brush of color, any color, and drag it down, different, the hue's the same. It's the same yellow all the way through, but the tone of it is subtly changed. it's a gradation, yeah. So that's the hue of that color, of that stroke is the same all the way along, but the tone of it changes. So that's what we're trying to look, that's what we're looking for on this. Bit too much. Oh, blimey. There was a yellow on that brush. Oh, dear.
Such a
Never mind.
John
That was the
Jaundice,
wrong. Yeah, well, that's a good example of using the wrong hue
yes.
when it should have been looking at the tone of the color, because I've already got that. I've established what the skin the hue of the skin's going to be. It's a bit of that with a bit of that in it, which is peach out of a tube, and a little bit of the red to give it a pinky feel. And all I'm doing now is looking at my reference photo. I can hear heavenly music.
Mm,
I can hear music. I could hear music.
not here.
Must be Mel.
Yeah.
I just wondering what it is she's what she's listening to. I thought, hello. Anyway, I'm going to get this done. But as I say, we set the scene. So now it's varying tones, adding, strengthening tones within that scene, which probably take. I'll be looking at this for days, on and off. It's just the nature of the piece.
Mm.
Ah, there's paint on there. There you go.
Oh gosh.
That's not the tone that I wanted. It sounds like Mel's got some sort of heavenly music going on. Oh dear. She's funny. Frodo met another Frodo today.
Oh.
Another whatever they're called. Yeah. I saw actually I was thinking that this picture will probably end up being like pop art earlier. Just he has got on the black and white image, it's not apparent, but he has got like a frame mark above his eyes. Very subtle as well. Let's just soften that down a bit. Same with this. Just doing a Mary now. Just teasing it along. Does look like him though, I'll grant myself that.
Yeah.
Looking straight at me. I say a lot of it now, it's just a matter of subtly adding bits and lifting bits off. Soften down what we've got. There's only clean water on this brush now. As I said, the thing about this paper is it's not an easy lifting off when it's bone dry. It's not easy. It soaks in and says, that's it, I'm finished now, go away. Whereas Bockingford, you can really lift it, lift the paper, lift the paint back off, because the size is on the top. but the size in this is in the middle. So all that happens is a bit of Bernsiana to that. The paint goes on top and soaks and dries by absorption. And it's very difficult to get in there and have a go at it. It's the same, more or less the same blend of colour, just increased in the tones. Put a bit of colour down, clean water, soften it off. Definitely got these red, dark, these dark areas under his eye. Let's go back a bit. Subtle. Uh-oh. It's quite red, this tone here. Definitely gone. Putting it over the top of the neutral tone that we started with does give it a nice edge. Makes it feel nice. Maybe just go over some of these frame marks a little bit. See if I can. What was it I've been saying? Oh, this last week, it's been my little saying has been, I'm sorry, but it's beyond my area of expertise. Every time there's a conversation that I'm not really interested in, which is quite a lot, actually. I didn't do it this morning. I wasn't rude. I was just sort of, because when you go out walking the dog, you always get people, well, it's just fair enough, like to stand and talk about the dogs for, like, oh, well. And I said to him, because I wanted to get back for this, like, I said, well, don't go there, you'll get dragged in. And then we just carried on walking, like. And the same people, even though we'd walked all around the park and bumped into them and did say hello and did chat to them, the same people were still there chatting to two people when we were getting in the car and driving off. That's like a good 35 minutes. They were there chatting when we got there. So I walked the other way, avoiding them on purpose because I didn't want to get. And they were still there talking when we left, even though after we'd spoke to them. Talk about.
Did they have dogs?
Yeah.
I say they weren't
it's the
getting
same
much
everywhere. You get two dog owners together, and they'll quite happily stay there for 3 days yapping. I'm not that type of person. I don't mind passing the time of day and having a chat, and someone asks me a question or get involved, answer it, and all the rest of it. But I'm not good at small talk. I'm sorry. Even if I do these astronomy Zoom sessions, which I've been doing for, I go in and listen, sit there, and that. After about 20 minutes, I've got my guitar in my hand, tinkling. I'm still listening to the talk and all the rest of it. I just can't sit there and do nothing. It just the way I am. I think I know it's my dad's the same. My mum's very often, I'll be on the phone and I can hear my mum's going, look at him, he can't stand still. What's the matter with you, man? Sit still. And I'm thinking, oh dear, I've got it, I've caught it. I've got me old dad's disease. I kind of want this to smooth itself out, but in the photo it doesn't. Maybe it's this piece I can pull. I mean, I'm sort of at that stage where getting some interesting stuff going on. I think adding that, it was a bit of a, what do you call it? Bit of a gamble. But I have stuck to what I said, and that was to stick with the base tone that I started with. We're not flushed all over the skin, and all I've done now is added darker tones to it. So it's quite pleased, really. And if you notice, early on when I was using the neutral tone, the neutral, which was the cobalt turquoise, or you can use light blue, it works fine. Turquoisey blue, greeny blue with the pink crimsony color. You think, oh, this ain't gonna work. But when you put the skin tone over the top, it works. It gives it a nice character. Especially there's a nice bit there that looks really nice. The dimple, I don't know. A lot of that dimple, I reckon, is retouched because it's much more pronounced than almost physically possible. But I'll carry on. I'll put a little bit more. It's the roundness, isn't it, that we're looking for? Think of a golf ball. Maybe, but I'm not going to touch. I did put a line there, but it's a bit too strong. So the old, before it dries in turmalin, just try and lift it off a bit. It's just that bit there. It's a fine line there. Just that bit's fine, but this bit doesn't go as wide. But you can see what I'm doing. This has just got a little damp water on it. But the colour that I've put on there, I'm moving it around with just flicking it with a brush. Chrissy can't do that.
Poor Christy.
Sorry, Chris.
That's all
You'll
right.
just have to persevere.
I will indeed.
Yeah. Yes. I think I'm content. I think I might treat myself to a really nice small brush. One that's got a better point to it. Soften it down with some water if you. But a lot of it's drying. I don't know how many more times I'm going to say this, but when these Tuesday morning watercolors dry back, I suddenly start seeing more information, more I don't know, what's the word? I suddenly start seeing extra lines, like little, it's doing it here now, it's like a little dry line that's forming a character within the skin. And they don't happen until it dries. You know, tomorrow morning I look at it and it's like a different picture. But it's the same picture, but it's got more in it. More subtleties turn up. What do you reckon for his hair? Anybody? I've got no.
Difficult one, that.
I can't decide actually.
Dark blondie, but
Was it blonde, do you think?
he was sort of not blonde, but
It's only till you start painting a portrait that you suddenly realize, especially these film icons and that, how much of it is false, how much of it isn't real. It's all retouched. Because you, as you're painting it, you think there's no way that that's real. Yeah, I've got, it's a weird, surreal situation now. I've got heavenly music coming up the stairs. There's a little, look, where that's dried, there's like a line of dry paint has appeared there, which is one of the lines that form on his frown, whatever you call that bit. The same here. And this is gonna, this will go on till next Tuesday.
well, we'll have to go at 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that. I'm going to stick something in his hair for a minute. I'm going to got some burnt umber. I thought it was burnt umber. It's coming out a bit red. I think I might use, I'm going to take a, yeah, that is burnt umber. I'm going to add a little bit of the, a little bit. A little bit of the blue.
The rinse.
Yeah.
A little bit of the, it was just a hint of blue I wanted. I'll spoil it with a bit of indigo, that'll show it up.
Oh, excuse me again. Oh dear.
Right, I don't know what colour that is. What I'm going to use is my
Mud.
It's not mud. I'm just going to use my fan brush. You trying to say Kirk's got mud in his hair?
He has now.
Well, what I thought I'd do, use the fan brush to try and give him a bit of a, I don't know, give it a bit of a, I nearly said a quiff then. Don't think Kirk would like quiff. It's not a very Kirk type word. I just thought it might, using the fan brush, might make it look like individual strands of hair.
It does.
That's good.
But don't forget, I've already put the blue colour in from the start anyway. The tone, I was just trying to find some tones in it. It's difficult over this side because I've got to come in from the side rather than go out. If you go out, you start with like the fine lines of the hair. Oh, and that's a bit of a success, that. Sounds like do you know that's that hymn that goes praise him, praise him. That's what I've got coming out of the bleeding stairs. Okay. Well, she's finally lost it.
Found it.
Found it, yeah. Come on, Chris, love it.
I liked it. That was quite quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Very
Spot
good.
on. Bit of raw sienna
Oh.
now. Bit of raw sienna. Just see if I can put a bit of gold in his hair. Gold, that was just. It'd be all right when it's dried back off. I'll soften it down with clean water, and that'll. I think raw burnt sienna probably better actually. Find out. But they're all same family, isn't it? Raw sienna, burnt umber, bit of raw sienna. And too much water there, Dave. Drop that over. Don't get too carried away. You can always add more later. Tighten it up. One thing I didn't do on the last week's flower one was add some, do a little bit of work with the watercolor pencils. I know it was in my mind to do it because you get some really lovely greens, and because you can sharpen the points of the watercolor pencils, really get a nice fine point, so you can put some real nice detail, especially on where the blinds were, the Venetian blinds. I was thinking along them I could put quite a lot of information and, you know, make them, define them a bit better, harder lines and one thing another. Can you see what, have we got a an idea of a workflow? I think
I've got
I've
a dog on my lap at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bless. He wants a cuddle. Oh,
I can't see.
I've stayed with that simple red right the way through. Still like being a makeup artist though, isn't it? Painting them like this.
Jump down. Nice, good boy.
had a nice wash.
Yeah. Yes. Doggy kisses. I know.
Yeah. I was at my friend's once, and she was looking after a dog, a big Labrador, and we were standing there with Harry. He was only about 3 or 4. So the dog came in, like we were all standing in a line in the kitchen. The dog came in and smothered poor old Harry with this great big lick. He didn't know what to do. He didn't have time to cry because it was so quick as the dog was passing. Oh dear. Oh.
You wish you could video it and just catch
Yeah.
that. Never works.
Then another day when Dawn was looking for houses, we took little Oscar. He was only about 3. And we went round this house and had a look. And we came outside on this path, didn't realise there was a pond on the path. Little Oscar stepped back and fell in this pond because it was all
No.
covered with all weeds and things.
Oh,
And it was like slow motion. We all stood
Yeah.
there before we sort of jumped to get it. It was like, oh dear.
oh.
So we had to take him home and dry him. So he didn't go to play school that day. We were on our way to take him, bless him.
Oh. Oh.
Look the other way. I can't see.
Oh gosh. Oh dear, you haven't given him his cuddle.
No,
Oh.
little one's on the floor. Of course, he can't jump up. He's looking at me as if saying, "Oh, I want to come up."
Yeah.
Go on then, jump down. Let's see if we can get Ralphie up. Come on then. Come on. Down. Here he is.
Oh, they look similar. Are they the
They
same?
do, yeah.
Well, they both got. Leo's a Jack Russell, and Ralphie's crossed with a Border Terrier.
Oh,
That's the
right.
one I got now. That's little one. The old one. Oh no, he's getting jealous. Okay,
Oh.
no, you can't
Oh.
both come up. Silly. Yeah.
Fight. Fight.
No, not on my lap, thank you. Oh, Kirky's coming on nice.
Yes, isn't they?
Very much. Right. Is that the yawn?
Can't make up my mind what to do about the pupils in his eyes. So I'm just going to mix up a dark colour and see what happens. A bit of green and burnt umber. Use my little brush. Start with this one. Just wanted to add a little bit of extra strength, but I think green is my predominant colour.
Is it just the angle that we're looking at it, or you've got the painting, but that eye that you're working on now, it looks smaller than the other one?
It is in the picture.
Just the angle, is that? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't make up my mind whether to add some. It just needs a little bit more. I'm conscious of it. Just a little bit more of the dark line, and I'm using such a fine brush. It's only got 2 hairs on it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As soon as you do that, I was conscious of it because I know when I've done it in the past, you only got to flipping touch them, and one eye suddenly, like you say, totally different to the other one. Just so you already got to touch them. Consequence, isn't it? You do something somewhere and think, oh god, that's spoiled, the whole thing's gone pear-shaped. Makeup. That's all it is. You're just a blooming makeup artist.
I wonder if Anne will do hers in pencil, like the black and white. That's what she's been doing, and
yeah.
doing pencil, haven't she, when she's not been up to getting the paints out.
You've been painting today?
Yeah.
She's painting this week.
Yeah.
She was, can't remember what it was. I think it was animals.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, I haven't spoken to her or messaged her this week.
Yeah, she usually says hello on Tuesday mornings.
Yeah, that's good.
There's all. But as I say, the I think it's a good food for thought. It's not the hue of the color, it's the tone that's important. And I mean, the color I'm using on here is green with a bit of brown umber in it, but it's a dark, isn't it? So it will work. And it is relevant to the rest of the painting, because I've been using that green in the eye. So all I've used, it's local to the picture. So it's not going to go too far out of place. Like you say, I might have to make that one slightly. Don't know. Jury's out on that.
Okay.
The same with these this brush is ridiculous. When it works, it's really good. It's sable as well. And I think the reason they use the idea behind sable is that the actual hair of sable is hollow tubes. So the hollow tubes will
Gosh.
Panic.
hold a little bit more paint. So you can sort of flick. It will go further, even though it's a fine line. But we can do that. You can do this forever. Bring out the tones in the eyes. The one thing I was going to do, it's going to be a bit precarious. I don't know if I'll get away with it. Is actually wanted to lift a little bit of colour out of there. Might need to do it when it's dry, because there's a sort of a nice warm light under there. They're not quite, you know what I mean? There's like a little light highlight within the, even though they're the bags under your eyes sort of thing. I don't know, probably a technical term for it. They are lighter. They do have a softness about them, and there's a highlight within them. So perhaps it's to be just teased out a little bit. Let's stick some goodness knows. I think I'll stick with the theme actually. Mix up a load of turquoise. What I have been doing lately is spraying water into the palette rather than keep putting it in my what's it? I have two buckets of water anyway. One clean, or one I try to keep clean, and one not. Sort of an in between and a full Monty. Color dirty brush. But I think one thing that try and be subtle with the neutral tone at the beginning, it does work. As it's drying back, it's giving a really nice feel to the picture. The skin tone's looking really good. Putting brushes down and not knowing where to put them. They roll underneath the what's it? Anyway, jacket coat thingy. I've just made it wet. I'm just going to add, because I used the neutral tint everywhere else within the picture. Why not? Maybe it's got a jumper on. Let it flow, let it flow. What was that?
Don't let it snow though. Talking about snow, aren't they? Ooh,
Mm.
Not down here, I don't think, but
I hope not.
it's been lovely this last week, hasn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We had this last year, and that was it,
Mm.
more or less. I remember at the time saying, enjoy this. This is our summer. You ain't getting
Yeah.
nothing else.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I hope you're
Okay.
wrong.
Mm.
Full of joys of spring
Yeah.
and gloom, doom and gloom me.
Mm.
Yeah, aren't you just?
Uh,
I'm just saying it as it is, as I found it. Don't know what colour that is. I think it's a flesh tone. Then use the fan brush, dry. Okay. Dry it off and squish it. See if I can squish it. Put some texture in it. Hey, I'll tell you what I could do. Use a bit of the indigo, because
Bit
it's
of twist
soaking
jacket.
wet, so I know it's not gonna sit there. It's gonna move.
Mm.
This is a Saatchi and Saatchi coat. You realise Gucci,
Mm.
a Gucci. Somebody put a t-shirt for sale on a Gucci t-shirt for sale for £100 on Facebook Marketplace this morning.
Oh, God.
did you buy it?
I nearly put
Got too many.
I was tempted to put a comment. I don't usually comment on things like that because it's just daft, but I thought, cool, yeah. I've got to pay you £100 to go around advertising Gucci because it's just a t-shirt. It says Gucci on it,
Mm.
the logo. And I thought, well, they got it made. They got it sussed, don't they? Talk about taking you for an idiot. He says, designing his own jacket.
Mm.
That's it. Could be Harvey original.
Oh yes.
That'd do.
The lesser spotted Harvey tweed.
Mm.
Push that up there a bit. Now find a little bit of, or mix up a little bit more shadow. Done it again.
Oh, dear.
Stuck the red in, killed everything.
Oh, dear.
Well, mine was a bit of shadow. Oh, nightmare. Absolute crucifies me every time, doesn't it? Anyway, I don't know what. Well, I forgot what I was going to do with it now. I'll go across through that, all right.
Talking with a paintbrush in your mouth.
Wow.
I'm very quiet,
Yeah.
keeping concentration.
Mm.
Like I said, I had brush in my mouth. Didn't taste very nice either, you know.
Nice just to leave it a white polo neck jumper, wouldn't it? Easier.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
I was trying to get it to run down, but it's not going to play, is it? Never mind. I was going to say I'll mix up a bit more stronger shadow colour. No, my luck, it'll come out bright red. I'll think about this one. It was always this that was going to, or this area of the picture that was always getting in my mind. But you're right, I think I'll do that, get my tissue. All I need is a hard line, and I've cracked it. Something like that. I know what I want, what I really, really want. I want a hut, I want a hut, I want a hut, yeah.
I haven't seen the picture. What is it? A shirt?
It is sort of a shirt, isn't it? It could be anything.
I
I'm
don't
not
know. I
really
haven't
fussed.
really got the picture.
I just want it to go anywhere. It could be whatever he wants. But that's an area that I can cogitate and fondle over the next few days. Get the tone how I want it. Little subtle, like use the really fine brush to add. I can get a little bit, just to add a little bit. All I need is a really fine, strong line down here, where it meets his chin, and we've cracked it. And it's the same in here. Just add in
Oh, right.
nice,
Okay.
nice shadow tone within the brush now. They're great, those little 000 brushes, until you want to actually put some paint on. But I can build it up using this subtle green tone, which is what I've been using all the way around. I just need to drop it in. To outline his doodah and soften it down. Tighten it up there later. When my hand's not shaking. I'm so nervous. I don't do these demos very often. But once you do that, it sort of builds it up, and then add even more dark in there to just peel it out. But I don't want to get bogged down with the doodah. You can imagine like going to a dinner party or saying, "Hey Kurt, you want to get that bloody shirt washed, mate?" Yes, no, but it's these sort of subtleties need to dry, and then they form their own sort of part of the picture. Flipping it, Dave. That's definitely I've set the set. I think I've produced. I've set the scene for a little bit of extra work, or a lot of extra work. There's only so much you can. I always take solace in the fact that Rolf Harris spent 2 years painting the Queen.
This is true. Mhm.
And even then I was thinking, I don't know about that. Only had private consultations and everything. We did the Queen, innit? And our pictures were just as good as his.
Yeah, it didn't take as long.
Yeah. Well, that's, we just knock them out, don't us? Oh, look, it's just no, it didn't. It's supposed to be there. I thought I'd stuck a stuck my hand in some paint, but it's his dimple thing. I think I might have to have a little tease with that at some point. Other than that, Kirk, you're
Right.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah,
there.
lovely.
You can have a play. Over to you lot.
Right.
Thank you.
Yes, if we get the drawing right, it'd be not so bad, would it? But that's
Oh,
good.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Right.
This has got a bit of a James Dean feel to it.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
I think it's because I haven't got enough. Or is it 2?
Right, I'm going to have to go now. Peter's just coming
Need some more
in.
brown in the
Thank
hair, I think.
Right.
Okay, then.
See you next week.
Yes,
Yeah.
good luck.
Bye.
Take care.
And
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, bye.
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 Bye, Cal.
Bye.
Are we back time then?
12:20.
Yeah,
I've been concentrating a lot. You can tell when time just flies.
it does.
It
It really
did.
does.
Absolutely amazing.
Good.
Remove the spotlight. Change the camera. Have I got? No, that's the microphone. That it? Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Told you to take your shirt off.
oh, I say.
Oh,
You
I'm
need
going to have to
freedom
disappear as
to
well.
move your arms, don't you?
all right, Joe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Different.
With trepidation.
Have a good week, everybody.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you.
see you.
Yeah.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'm off as well. So
All right. Must be
Adios,
lunchtime. So
amigos.
I'm going to have a sandwich. I'm
yeah.
starving.
Okay, that was really
Yeah.
good.
That's a good idea. Thanks a lot, Dave. See you next
all right.
week.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.